Well, a happy Friday to everyone, and the weather is looking happy too, with beautiful conditions out there. Still not super humid. That will come this weekend, but temperatures not all that bad in the upper 70s, even some 80s out there today. We did get to 80 degrees down through the coal fields. We've dropped down to what looks like 79 degrees over through Wyoming and McDowell counties. Elsewhere along the western counties, upper 70s near 80 degrees. Well into the 80s out towards the Metro Valley, and then low to mid 70s across the higher elevations, as well as our cooler sheltered valleys along the Greenbrier Valley. Dry conditions will continue out there as we head through our weekend. For the most part, the beginning of the weekend looks to be the drier portion, but the end of the weekend looks a little bit more unsettled. Dry conditions out there right now. High pressure is just off to our east, just about keeping us dry for today and for most of tomorrow. But Sunday, it looks to get a little bit more unsettled. Now tonight, temperatures will be a little bit more mild than they have been. We'll feel a little bit more muggy out there as well, getting only down into the low 60s, right around where we should be. 63 in Alderson, 61 in Oak Hill, 61 down in Pineville, 60 in Princeton, partly cloudy skies, and those winds turning to out of the south. That southerly wind increasing our moisture going over the next several days, so that's another thing to keep in mind. The weekend, though, looking overall a great summery weekend for our final weekend in June. Temperatures getting well into the 80s on Saturday, and then nighttime lows in the mid 60s. Some places in the upper 60s, closer to 70 degrees. Saturday's the better day. But as we head into our Sunday, it doesn't look necessarily as calm. We have that chance of an isolated storm. We have mostly dry conditions, but some people will see a storm with the increasing moisture out there. We will stay hot and humid, so that's going for us, and the sun will be very strong. And temperatures do not moderate going into next week. We continue with that increasing heat and humidity going into the beginning and middle of next week. Our average high is 80 degrees. We will be above that starting tomorrow out of Beckley, and then we will continue to see temperatures rise well into the 80s. Some places, our typically warmer spots down through the coal fields, will hit near 90, and it will feel like warmer than that because we will have humid and muggy conditions. Today wasn't too bad, but tonight we start to see that increase, and we get into that humid category through the weekend. The beginning of next week going to start out humid, and we continue to see that muggy condition as we head through the middle of next week with dew points well into the 60s. Futurecast does not show really much of anything tomorrow. A couple more clouds around. We see that sun wants to pick up a couple sprinkles along some higher ridge tops, but most people again staying dry well into the 80s. Look at that, Pineville, 86 degrees tomorrow. Tomorrow night we only drop down into the 60s across the area, and then as we go into Sunday, again a little bit more unsettled, a little bit more muggy out there. And we see those scattered showers and storms, but notice how it's not very widespread in coverage. It could be dry and sunny in Lewisburg, but raining over here in parts of Fayette County. So again, something we're going to have to watch out for. Some of these could have some heavy downpours with them, but nothing severe. Just some scattered showers and general thunderstorms. We continue with this very summer-like pattern into next week. No relief from it, no relief from the humidity. We continue this into the middle and even the end of next week, heading into the beginning of July. Samantha, back to you.